friends, let's make pumpkin donuts. This is by far my second most requested recipe in the fall. First one being my pumpkin chocolate chip bread, but this is a very close second. Don't worry about writing down the ingredients or the measurements. I'm gonna get you the entire recipe and have it posted on my feed. Also, wait for it, I'm going to be starting a blog and it's going to be on there and I'll have it linked there too. But the first thing you're gonna do is you're going to mix together vegetable oil, 3 eggs at room temperature. Remember, we always want our ingredients when we're baking at room temperature unless the recipe says otherwise. But if the recipe doesn't say cold, then you always want it at room temperature. They just mix up so much better if your ingredients are at room temperature. So in my mixer, I have my oil, my eggs, my sugar, my pumpkin, and now I'm just going to add my pumpkin pie spice, salt, and baking powder. And I'm gonna mix this until it's completely smooth. So now I'm gonna give this just a really good stir with a spatula just to make sure that it's all mixed in. And then I'm going to add my flour. I'm not going to use the mixer anymore because I definitely do not want to overmix this dough. So I'm just gonna use my spatula and combine the flour into my wet ingredients. And then once that is all mixed up, I'm gonna put this batter into a icing bag, and I'll show you how I do that because I have found the easiest way to fill the donut tin for baking is to pipe it in there. It just is so much easier. So I have found that these really tall water bottles are the best for doing this. So I've got my piping bag. I've put just a round tip in it. I'm gonna put it down in here and I'm going to fold the top of it over and then push it down. But I wanna leave a pretty good lip over top of it. And now I'm gonna pour the batter in to the bag. Hopefully I can get all of this batter in there. That's the plan. So I have taken my donut pans and I have sprayed them with my Pam baking spray. That's the kind with the flour. And I have 2 of them. So I have them sprayed and ready to go. So now I'm gonna just take my cup and I'm going to fold this up, grab it around the top and pull it up. And it's already starting to come out. So that's why you have to work pretty fast and have everything ready. And then you're not gonna be able to see this one. So let me move to ones that you can see. Me do. Can you see this one? So you just squeeze the bag and fill it up. And I do put the tip down in there as it goes up. That way I make sure that there's no air pockets or lumps in it. So as you can see, they're now all filled up, and I fill them pretty close to the top. Now they're going to go into a 350-degree oven, and here's another tip for you. Preheat your oven, but don't go by the beep. Preheat your oven for at least 30 minutes. Just set a timer for 30 minutes and let your oven preheat, even if the timer goes off, or not the timer, the little beeping that's supposed to let you know that the oven's preheated. Ignore that. 30 minutes. Preheat your oven. Now these are gonna go into the oven based on your oven, 15 to 18 minutes. I start checking mine around 12 minutes because you can bake them more, you can't bake them less. So I start checking them about 11 to 12 minutes, and I use a cake tester to test them. Now, while those are baking, I have mixed up 2 tablespoons of sugar and 1 tablespoon of cinnamon. And then I also use this. It's pumpkin pie flavored seasoning. This stuff is really good. If you don't have this, which I'm sure most of you do not, then to the 2 tablespoons of sugar and the 1 tablespoon of cinnamon, I would add a teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice. And then what you're gonna do is when your donuts come out of the oven, you're going to leave them in the donut pan for 5 minutes, and then you're going to put them on a cooling rack. And as soon as you can pick them up without them, so what I was saying, as soon as you can pick them up without them squishing or they feel fragile to you, you're gonna pick them up and you're going to put them, I'm gonna actually put this in a bigger bowl. You're gonna put them in the cinnamon sugar, and you're going to swirl them all around, flip them over, swirl them all around. And then I sprinkle this on the top of them. Obviously, you don't need this. You don't need this. It just takes it up a notch, takes it up a level, but you don't need it. If you're putting the pumpkin pie, why is that so hard to say? The pumpkin pie spice in here, then that's your last step. Swirl it around, flip it over, swirl it around, put it back on your cooling rack, and let them finish cooling. These are best day of, obviously. Most donuts are best day of, but they're still good the next day. Just don't refrigerate them. Aren't they pretty? They're so pretty. Okay, so I can hold these and they don't feel like they're gonna fall apart. So you do still want them warm, or the sugar and cinnamon mixture is not going to stay on them. So they do still need to be warm. So you're just gonna take each one of them and roll them around in the cinnamon sugar. And then, like I said, I sprinkle them with that pumpkin pie seasoning, but you do not have to do that. And now the moment of truth. They're so good. They're so fluffy. They're so good. Definitely make them if you like pumpkin and donuts. And I mean, who doesn't like pumpkin or donuts? And who wouldn't like them together? So good. So good.